Hello everyone, and welcome to the Torah Outreach Program, Erev Shabbos, Burst of Inspiration. Today's Burst of Inspiration is sponsored by Jeff and Helene Gassner as a zechus, as a merit for all the hostages in Gaza. May they be returned beyond speedily back to their families and back to their people. May HaKadosh Baruch Hu protect them, all of our soldiers, all of the people of Eretz Yisrael, and all of our people. If you would like to sponsor future videos, please call 305-773-0943 or send an email. Today's Burst of Inspiration, Parshas Teruma, we begin a 3-week series in the Torah of building the Mishkan, of building the tabernacle, that temporary Beis Hamikdash that was taken apart and put back together every time the Jewish people traveled from one encampment to the next, and fulfilled the responsibility, so to speak, of the Beis Hamikdash, of the temple, until we got the first one built in Yerushalayim by King Solomon, by Shlomo Melech. But when God gave that command, He instructed Moshe to build the Mishkan, and Moshe actually asked God, how can they do this? A slave nation. They just left Egypt. How could they build something, such an incredible edifice? And God answered Moshe that any single Jew can build that Mishkan alone. Everyone has that potential. Now, Moshe's question sounds almost heretical. God can't do anything? God can't make it so a person is able to have the ability to build the Mishkan? And Hashem's answer doesn't make sense. Anyone can build this by themselves? So we have to look closer. What was Hashem's assignment? What was Moshe's question? And what was Hashem's answer? The Torah says, "Va'asuli mikdash b'shachanti b'to cham." I've mentioned this many times before. Make for me a mikdash, make for me a sanctuary, and I will dwell within you plural, so cham. It's grammatically incorrect. It should say, Va'asuli mikdash, make for me a sanctuary, and I will dwell within it, not you. Where's the you? So we're missing the point. The Mishkan, and later the Beis Hamikdash, is not a sanctuary, a home for God. It's a conduit. It's a place that we can relate to God, that we can get closer. It's a way of connecting. And what Hashem was telling Moshe was, I want every Jew, besides the physical Mishkan that they had to build, but I want every Jew to understand, every single Jew to understand that we all have this obligation of making ourselves into a sanctuary, a place where the divine presence of God can rest. And then I will rest within each and every one of you individually. And Moshe was asking, how can they do such a thing? They just came from Egypt. How can they build themselves up to this level that they're able to have God's presence rest on them? And Hashem's answer is, it's within the ability of every single Jew, the chosen nation. The people have this in their DNA. And every act that we do can bring us closer. Are we supposed to get there right away? Are we? Is it either all or nothing. No, every act of kindness to another person, every act of being part of God's plan, every act of restraining from doing something that we know is wrong, all those things make us closer, make us more of a holy people. Each individual, every time we do something that we don't feel like we're up to doing, it's too much for us, and we do it anyway. Or each time we have a desire to do something or say something that's wrong, and we hold ourselves back, we control ourselves. That's the next step to being the Merkava L'Shechina, the throne, the chariot of God's presence. And that's our goal. Our goal is not the end game. Our goal is the constant working, no matter who you are, no matter what your situation is in life, no matter where you are. Everyone can do more to bring themselves closer to the Rebbeinu Shalom. No matter what religious standard a person has, everyone can do something to show, I want to be part of that Merkava, that chariot, the throne for God's presence. Every Jew has this potential, despite their age, physical condition, or where they are. And this is what TOP does. This is what the Torah Outreach Program has been trying to do for over 10 years. Bring this idea that no matter how old you are, no matter where you're located, you can do something, you can do more to be part of God's plan, which is to have His divine presence rest on His people and become the Merkava L'Shechina, the seat, the chariot that holds the divine presence. Make for me a sanctuary, a place that we can connect. Make yourself a sanctuary where I can connect with you. And I will dwell within each and every one of you. Thank you, and Shabbos.